One of the #1 ways to grow faster on Etsy and make a lot more money is to have more listings. And for print on demand specifically, I recommend setting your sights on getting to 1,000 listings as quickly as possible. Now, I'm not stopping there. However, for you as a new store, if you want to get to 1,000 listings quickly, I'm going to show you the best way to do that, the best system to make it as efficient as possible for you, so you can crank out as many as you want and potentially do this in 60 days or less. So today I'm going to be doing this using Canva and Printify. So all of the resources for this are going to be linked for you down below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. Right, so the very first thing that you want to do is your research. And I have tons of videos on my channel on how to do the research. So I'm just going to show you how you can set up a document in order to organize yourself so that you can get in a flow and crank out the most amount of listings in the quickest amount of time. So before we get into this, I'm just going to give my little disclaimer. I'm just showing the process right now. I'm not showing you what to list, right? Because you're going to have to actually go and do the research and make sure that these things are low competition, and also make sure that they're not trademarked or copyright before listing. Oftentimes when I'm doing videos showing the process, I think some viewers believe that I'm telling them that they should go list that item, and that's not what I'm doing. I'm usually showing my research process or a design process. I'm not saying, hey, go make this. But once you understand the process, then it's going to be much easier for you to go and research it and find your own unique ideas to list. So that's really important. Always, always, always check trademark and copyright before listing anything, regardless if you see it on YouTube or wherever. So the first thing you want to do is list out all of your niches that you want to do. And this is about creating templates and making it very simple and efficient. So we're going to be making designs today that are going to be easily interchangeable with just simple elements. So for example, let's say that you have selected the teacher niche. Once again, I'm not telling you to go do these because you're going to have to research and make sure that this will work. But for example, let's say under teacher, there's like math teacher, music teacher, special ed teacher, science teacher, history teacher. You can do all that research and list out all of the different sub-niches of that niche. List them all out, do the research, and make sure you find the keywords that are low competition and high search volume. And then you can put all of your keywords and SEO on this document as well. Now pick another niche such as nurse, list out all of the sub niches in that niche. And then let's say just odd jobs, you can list all those out. For example, maybe zodiac, you can list out every single different zodiac. Pick at least 5 niches and list as many sub niches as you can. Then what we're going to do is create ourselves a design template. So I am over in Canva now, and you can see that this will actually be a very simple template that you can do. You can add in your text, then you can change the colors of the letters. You can also get those like graphic letters, those alphabet letters from Creative Fabrica. There's all sorts of different ways that you can do this to make it unique. And what I recommend doing is, as you're doing your research, you get all of your SEO and then you go to, say, a totally different niche and see a layout that is actually working for a design in a different niche, and find winning elements. Find things that are already working, that are working with bestsellers, and we're going to make like a hybrid design. But this is just going to give you a rough idea of how you can create a template and power through these listings. So then you can go ahead and like duplicate this. Instead of saying math teacher, you could put science teacher. So then now you have a totally new design with a new sub-niche under teacher. And then you can duplicate it again, and you could switch this out to say music teacher, all right? And then you would go through and do the same thing where you would duplicate this, but instead of teacher, you would switch it out to say nurse. So then you could do pediatric nurse, and then you could duplicate that, and then you could do neonatal nurse. And as you can see, doing it this way, you could easily crank out 50 designs in one single day, maybe even more if you really, really power through this. And then as you start getting sales of these, you can come back in here and switch out the fonts, switch out the colors of your templates, and keep expanding outwards from there. So let's say neonatal nurse shirt continued to sell. Then you can create variations of that, say with different colors, different fonts, and then you have a totally different design in your winning sub-niche. And after you have all of your designs created, then you come over here and create another template in Canva where you have all of your mock-ups, and then you can quickly and easily go in here and add each design to your mock-up photo, and then you can quickly download those and take them over to your Printify templates. So we'll have that there. You might want to lower the transparency just a bit to make it look a little more incorporated with the shirt. And once you have it how you like it, then you can Control C and then Control V onto the next shirt, and then the same with the next one. And so you can just power through adding these to all of your different mock-ups and doing it in batches like this, where you do all of the research first, all of the designs next, and then all of the mock-ups after that. It's going to be much easier for you to stay in a flow and power through each and every single element that you're doing when it comes to listing. So then you would just go ahead and download each of these. And then you want to come over to a Printify and make your template for your actual t-shirt listing. So we're going to use the Bella Canvas 3001. We're going to scroll down and find our print provider. We're going to use a Monster Digital. We're going to click Start Designing. And if you aren't signed up with Printify yet, I'm going to link for you down below where you can get started 100% free. And I do also have a code there for you if you want to try Printify Premium to save 20% on all orders through here. So let's go ahead and click Start Designing. And then we're going to upload that first design that we made right here from my device. Okay, so we have this right here, and we're just going to move it up to the top so it's slightly away from the edges. And then what we can actually do is preview this, and then we can see what it looks like on some models, but we're not going to actually use these mock-ups in our Etsy listing, but this is just going to help us to get an idea of what it will actually look like. Then we're going to go ahead and save the product here, and we need to also edit the colors. So let's go back to edit, and then let's select our colors. Really, I recommend 6 or less colors for a listing, but oftentimes I will do just 3 colors, and sometimes I will only do 1 if that is all that the design looks good on. Just keep in mind, the less choice, the better. I definitely wouldn't recommend doing all of the colors. So for this one, I'm just going to do white, pink, and then we're going to do heather mauve. Those are the 3 colors of mock-ups that I just did in Canva. And then I will probably also do another set where I do maybe black, gray, and navy. So then I'm also, when I publish these on Etsy, I'm going to do a listing for each color. So each listing is going to be exactly the same except for the thumbnail photo. So really, this design, say for math teacher, can have 6 listings in one. So as people are searching for math teacher shirts on Etsy, you are going to show up 6 different times, and white may catch one person's eye and pink may catch another person's eye. That's going to really spread you out. You can really dominate that niche. And then we're going to go ahead and save. So then you're going to go ahead and write out your title with your keywords from lowest competition to medium and then to highest, using up all 140 characters of the title. And then you want to write a description using all of the keywords from your title in a paragraph. You also want to include the color options from your listing, the sizes, some of the details of the shirt, your return exchange policy, shipping times, and then thank them for supporting your small business. Then you come down here and you can edit the price and hit apply. And some of these larger sizes are more expensive, so you can add a couple dollars to the more expensive ones. And you can just do that with the drop down here. So then maybe change this to $25.99, and then the next one to $26.99. And so on, all of those to $26.99. And when it comes to pricing your products, I do have a full tutorial on how to use a profit calculator to make sure that you are profiting the amount that you would like to on the products that you're selling. And then you would, of course, connect your store and publish this to Etsy. Once you're over on Etsy, then you would upload your mock-ups and edit any of the rest of the details over there. I do have full tutorials on my channel here on how to do a full listing on Etsy, so I will link all of the relevant resources down below. But this is going to give you a good idea of the best system possible to crank out 1,000 listings on Etsy with print on demand using Printify as quickly as possible. So once that template is saved in Printify, then you can go ahead and duplicate this for the very next design. You can click on this, and then what you're going to do is come in here and edit the design. And so you're just going to delete this and upload your brand new design and then hit save. And then we're going to delete copy, and then we're just going to quickly switch out the next keywords. So science teacher, so we can just go in and delete each of these and do the same in the description, and then publish. And this is going to help you to really power through these listings by simply switching out the design with your template and the words from your title and your description, and everything else is already going to be set in place for you. So you'll see your math teacher listing, your science teacher listing, and then duplicate and go on to say music teacher. So hopefully you can see now how you can quickly and easily crank out 1,000 listings as soon as possible. And if you did just 50 listings a day in the way that I just showed you, that is going to take you less than 1 month to get 1,000 listings in your store. This is absolutely powerful. So just to recap, you want to do all of your niche research, list those out on, say, a Google document like I did, create a design template for yourself and make sure it's unique, right? You want to stand out from the competition on Etsy. So once you go to the niches that you want to do, you're going to type that in and make sure that you're not looking too similar to the rest of the people that are showing up on the first page. You want to be able to stand out. So I recommend finding niches where you can niche down, maybe something that not a lot of other people are thinking of, and do those and dominate them. You want to do your mock-up templates and your Printify template and work in sections, right? Do one task at a time. Design all at a time. That's going to get you in a really good flow of moving and cranking those out. Then do all of your mock-ups and then do all of your Printify templates, and you can publish them and go and edit each single one in Etsy. So I hope this was super helpful for you and you now are excited about starting off your new year on Etsy
with a power-packed listing routine.
So I hope you're now pumped to crank out those 1,000 listings and set yourself a goal to do it in the quickest amount of time. And you now know how to do it efficiently, and you can just burn through those. Because the Etsy sellers that have done this, that have gotten to 1,000 listings, have really exponentially increased their results very, very quickly. So down below, you can join Printify 100% free, and you can also get a 30-day free trial of Canva Pro to help you with this process. I'm also going to link for you my full Etsy playlist here on YouTube so you can watch more videos on how to succeed on the platform. So make it an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video.